is presented by On The Go Chiro. Give Frazier a call. He's the official CSW team chiropractor with On The Go Chiro. It is an open challenge match.
Hello everybody and welcome to CSW Legacy. I'm Ben Miller calling the action here tonight as CSW makes its return to the Abdallah Shriners. And as you heard Ben Simon say, this is an open challenge. Card subject always to change here in the world of professional wrestling, and tonight is no exception.
Issuing the challenge from Kansas City, Missouri, 197 pounds, the Monarch,
And there he is, the uncrowned king of Kansas City, who looks peculiarly naked without a title around his waist. But Jeremy Wyatt is the quintessential pro wrestler here in the Kansas City area. And what a way to start off CSW's Night of Legacy than an open challenge held by none other than the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt.
and his opponent accepting the challenge.
We have no idea who is going to accept this challenge. Who's this? Looks to be maybe some sort of luchador making their debut here in CSW. Staff, who obviously got the note to Ben Simon too. This is a gentleman named Rey de la Muerte, and he is from the City of the Dead, and this might be actually this is his debut for CSW, and I'm excited to see what this guy can bring to the table. And boy, does he have his work cut out for him, facing one of the best pro wrestlers in all of the country, not just here in the Midwest, a man by the name of Jeremy Wyatt. Let's see. I think I'm being told that this is actually a three-way here. Three-way dance to start off CSW Legacy.
Also accepting the challenge. From Inola, Oklahoma, 195 pounds, the natural
making his CSW debut as well. This is the natural Cade fight. Not as much pomp and circumstance as his other opponents in this match, but it looks like this guy is going to be all business in the ring. Let's see how he fares against Rey de la Muerte and Jeremy Wyatt in our opening contest here at CSW Legacy. Don't forget, tonight we are also paying tribute to the one, the only pillar of CSW, and that's Michael Strider. Lots of great matches. We hope you enjoy all of the action that you're watching from the comfort of your couch. Jeremy Wyatt talking some trash. I think he's earned the right to talk trash to whoever he wants to. Jeremy Wyatt has beat some of the best wrestlers in the entire world. Ray whips him to the corner. Both young guys take Jeremy Wyatt over the top rope with a double clothesline. As Jeremy Wyatt spins to the floor, Cade Fight rolls up. Ray only gets a 2-count boot to the midsection. Cade throws Ray out to the outside, and Ray goes right between Cade's legs, back in the ring. What's he gonna do here? Roll up. Flips him over onto his, double stomp right to the back of the head. Rey de la Muerte, fast and furious action to start this match off with. Back heel trip by Cade Fight and some ground and pound action. Going for, oh, looks like he might be going for a cross arm breaker. Rey de la Muerte putting the stops to that, puts him on his shoulders, gets a 2 count. Cade Fight looks like he might have some MMA experience. I don't have many notes on these guys, so I'm calling it as I see it. Rey backing Cade. Throws him off the far side. Jeremy Wyatt trips up Cade Fight, pulls him to the outside. Keep your eye on Rey de la Muerte. Baseball slide into Jeremy Wyatt. Throws Wyatt back into the ring. Cade's head just goes bouncing off the pole like a Super Ball. Rey de la Muerte mounting the top rope, looking for some high-risk offense. No, nobody home as Jeremy Wyatt moves out of the way of that Swanton bomb. You're going to have to do more damage to Wyatt to get him to stay down that long. Beautiful short arm clothesline by Jeremy Wyatt. Neckbreaker, nicely done by Wyatt. Only gets a 2 count. Wyatt, ever the ring general, loves to control the pace. If someone's going too fast and he doesn't want to do that, he's definitely going to slow it down a little bit. And he did not like the pace Rey was going at as he cuts Cade off with a forearm shiver, sends him spilling to the outside. Knife edge chop. You heard that reverberate off of every corner here in the Abdallah Shriners. A lot of memories created here in Abdallah. Wyatt, no stranger to these walls. Some epic battles fought in the years previous by Jeremy Wyatt in this very building for other companies like the NWL. And Cade just got a neck full of that top rope. Wyatt staying on top of both of these competitors, showing why he is the ring general here in CSW. Wyatt dissecting. Oh, snap of the fingers. Really going after the hand of Rey de la Muerte. Think about it. If he can't grip that top rope to do some of that high-risk offense, he's taking away a big arsenal here in Rey de la Muerte's game. Forearm across the face, showing a sign of disrespect by Jeremy Wyatt. Only gets a 2 count, though. Hard forearm shot by Jeremy Wyatt. Throws Rey into the other side. Rey going for a sunset flip. Jeremy Wyatt holds on, rolls through. Cradle, no. Rolls through again. What does Wyatt have planned? Rey de la Muerte kicks him off, and Cade pulls the second rope, and Wyatt goes spilling to the outside. Cade waiting for his shot and picks a good one. Jumping knee strike to Jeremy Wyatt on the outside. Now we're going to see Cade and Rey. Nice spin kick there by Cade. Code breaker by Rey de la Muerte. Muerte looking for another piece of offense. Cade has him in front chancery. What is he planning to do here? Looks like he's just trying to suck the life out of Rey de la Muerte, maybe a choke. And Jeremy Wyatt drops him with a reverse DDT. Only gets a 2 count. Covers Rey de la Muerte, who got dropped with a DDT at the same time he was reverse DDTing Cade Fight. Once again, Wyatt throws Rey de la Muerte to the outside. Wyatt picking his spot, waiting for Cade to get back up to his feet. Beautiful Russian leg sweep, floats over into a crossface. Beautifully done by the Monarch. Really wrenching back. Cade might tap out here. This is a painful hold. No, but Cade rolls over. Has Wyatt's shoulders down, only gets a 2 count. Rey coming back in the ring. Double clothesline for both Cade and Wyatt. European uppercut by Muerte for both Cade and Wyatt. Nice enziguri. Splash into the corner by Muerte to Wyatt. Muerte really taking over here. Super kick right to the face of Cade. Looked like he was going for a suplex. Wyatt breaks free from it. Nice power bomb by Rey de la Muerte, and Wyatt gets a Muerte gets a 2 count on Wyatt. Muerte's frustrated because he had a nice string of offense there. He's really making both of these young guys making quite the debut against the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt here in our opening contest on Legacy. Going for a pile driver. Wyatt may take exception to that, but again, a nice spinning kick by Cade Fight. Cade looking for his opportunity. Could he score big here? Curb stomp on Jeremy Wyatt. Could this be it? 1, 2, no! Wyatt kicks out. That would have been the upset of the millennium. If Cade would have been able to pin Wyatt in his debut match at CSW's Legacy. Going for a sleeper hold on Rey de la Muerte now. Rey backs him into the corner. Trying to break that hold. Cade seems to have a good choke on him. Rey snapmares him out of that. Rey goes into the corner, up and over to the outside. Hard forearm shiver by Rey de la Muerte. Rey going to the top rope again. What is he going to go for on Cade here? But Cade stops him. Hard right hand to the top of the head. Saw Cade lose his footing for a second. It is sweltering hot in this building here tonight. Summertime in Kansas City has no mercy for anybody here. Another spinning kick. Cade really going to the well with that spinning kick. Looked like he was going to go for a code breaker, but rolls through it. Now he's got the cross arm breaker on Jeremy Wyatt. Wyatt's he's struggling here. Oh my God, Rey de la Muerte with a moonsault from the top rope too. No, Cade kicks out. That's one way to break up a cross arm breaker and try to get a pinfall at the same time. Beautiful moonsault by Rey de la Muerte. Gets rolled through. Wyatt picks him up. Could this be the coronation? And he got spiked. Good night, Rey de la Muerte. 2 and 3. Nobody kicks out of the coronation pile driver as Jeremy Wyatt picks up a victory in our opening contest here at CSW's Legacy. What a match. Great debut by these 2 young upstarts. I expect big things for both of these guys going forward here in CSW.
It is set for 1 fall and is a tag team match.
All right, we got a tag team match for our second match here tonight at CSW's Legacy. Oh, joy to the world. Here they come. The toast of all of wrestling, well, at least in their own minds. Should be one hell of a tag team match, though.
First from Kansas City, the team of the premier superstar Myers and Boyd, S.K. Bishop. They are the self-proclaimed saviors of tag team wrestling.
The Premier, doing their thing around the ring, making sure the fans know who they are as if we didn't know already. Oh, are we going to get the water spit? Are they going to give us the water spit here tonight? Oh, we got to gear up for it. Oh, man, come on. Well, honestly, we all knew they were going to do that. The Premier, no matter how much they think they're a great tag team, They really, truly are. These guys are arrogant and cocky for a reason. These guys do exemplify tag team wrestling here in Kansas City, no matter how much it pains me to say it. They're a great, great tag team. And this is music we haven't heard in quite a long time, and quite frankly, I'm excited to hear it. Traveled. Well, Ben Simon was about to introduce the Besties, but they need no introduction. Double tope suicidas by Davey Vega and Matt Fitchett, who for a long time were not working together. They had found great success in singles competition, but it is good to see them back here where they belong. In the tag team ranks of CSW, they too have had legendary matches in these walls, especially the street fight between our celebrated guest tonight, Michael Strider, and Ace Steel, which literally tore down the house here in Abdallah just a few years ago. As you see Vega hammering on Bishop. They gotta get there. They gotta stand up on the mountain. They just want to bathe with you in the sea. Just lay right here forever. Now we're ready to start the match. I love to see the Besties in the world back together again. Davey Vega and Matt Fitchett, as I said, are such a decorated tag team. World traveled, have won more belts than I can even count, and you're going to see why here. If this is your first time seeing them, you're in for a treat. But they do have their work cut out for them tonight, facing the much more, I guess in the last few years, experienced tag team in the Premier of SK Bishop and the Premier superstar, Campbell. Oh! Axe kick to the back of the head, hard forearm shiver. Bishop a hard striker, but of course so is Davey Vega. One could say that these two tag teams in the build-up to this match had some spirited words for each other. Beautiful flatliner by SK Bishop. Ooh, raking the eyes of Davey Vega with the heel of his boot. Campbell Myers knows exactly how to inflict some punishment on his opponents. Hard forearm shiver by Campbell. Tag into Bishop. Better hold that tag rope. That's what they talk about all the time. Hard knife edge chop by Bishop. Oh, another one. Irish whip, or excuse me. Snapmare out of the corner. Hard kicks to the back. Bishop with a nonchalant cover. Only gets a 2 count. Bishop and Campbell are there. He's holding the tag rope, making sure. Face wash. Ow. Man, that is a painful, painful move by SK Bishop. Now Campbell choking away at Davey Vega in the corner. Both Vega and Fitchett, former AAW World Champions. And this is what makes the Premier so dangerous, is cutting off that ring. Very smart tag team wrestling by the Premier. Hard back elbow. Campbell goes for a cover, 2. And gets a 2 count. Hits Fitchett off the corner, making sure that they're still trying to isolate Davey Vega away from getting that tag to his partner, Matt Fitchett, stomping on the hand. Tag into SK Bishop. Leaping stomp to the midsection of Davey Vega. Vega trying valiantly to fight his way out of that corner because he knows he's in real danger if they can keep making these tags in and out, keeping the fresh man in the ring. Hard knife edge chop. Again, these guys are cocky and arrogant, but there's a reason for their arrogance. These guys are tag team professionals personified, as you see here, really isolating the ring. When all is said and done in the annals of professional wrestling, maybe Bishop and Campbell are the saviors of tag team wrestling, as they say they are. Tag team wrestling is definitely a lost art form that we display prominently here in CSW. Bishop and Campbell have all the tools to be one of the best tag teams in the world, if they aren't already. Beautiful enziguri by Vega. Vega tags into Fitchett. Here comes Fitchett. Fitchett is lightning quick. You want to talk about a lethal striker. He's not just a pro in pro-jitsu. He has educated feet and hands, as you see with that Pele kick, and now coming off the top rope with a beautiful cross body block. Fitchett's got an ass full of fire, and he's speared SK Bishop, going for a cover, 2. Man, so close. Fitchett looking to go to the high-risk district there, going to the top rope once again, jumps over SK Bishop, and Bishop with a beautiful boot right to the face. Tags in Campbell. Campbell coming in now with a boot of his own. Sends Vega spilling to the outside, up and over Fitchett. Oh, mule kick right to the face of Matt Fitchett as Vega gets a kick for his troubles again on the outside. Great match here so far. Great matches so far here tonight. As CSW presents Legacy here at Abdallah Shriners. Look at the agility of Campbell. Saedo suplex drills Matt Fitchett. Double kick into the corner by both Bishop and Campbell. Almost taking some of the moves out of the Besties playbook. SK goes to the top rope. Beautiful frog splash to Fitchett. Hook of the leg, 2. Oh, Vega comes in and breaks up the fall. That was so close. Vega dragging Fitchett over to the corner, makes the legal tag. Now Vega comes into the ring as the legal man in this matchup. Hard chops, slaps and strikes to SK Bishop. Whip into the corner, blind tag. I don't know if SK Bishop saw that Fitchett tagged himself in. Drop kick by Matt Fitchett, hard forearm to Campbell in the corner. Fitchett still looks to be the fresher man. Body slam. Thought we were going to see some pro-jitsu magic, but instead get a double stomp and almost a fireman's carry. Oh! Gets a 2 count, and then Campbell picks up Vega and just throws him on top to break up the count. Heads up wrestling by Campbell Myers. All 4 men are down right now. What a matchup. This is exactly what I thought it would be. Just a clinic when it comes to tag team wrestling. Shots being exchanged by all 4 members in the middle of the ring. Crowd is loving this action so far. They're going to love it even more if the Besties are able to pick up a win here. Back and forth we go. Shots and strikes being exchanged by all 4 men. Campbell, oh man, the discus punch, he gets leveled. Beautiful Pele kick, and Campbell with a running big boot. Vega showing his agility with a missile drop kick. Rising knee strike by SK Bishop. Goes for the Pele kick and gets kicked out of midair by SK Bishop. Axe and smash attempt. 2, 3, he got him! He got him! Fidget rolls up SK Bishop out of nowhere and gets a 3 count. Maybe a move of desperation to make sure that they pick up the win, but a win is a win here as the Besties in the world come away with their victory at CSW Legacy.
Central States Wrestling Legacy continues with our next contest at the 1 fall.
Draper making his entrance, if you will, into the building here. It seems like we might be having a little bit of audio trouble.
260 pounds, the mile-high Magnum Draper.
I didn't hear the Dak in that ring introduction, so maybe he's just going by Draper now? I'm kind of confused, but either way, after the events of the last show, Dak is not being greeted kindly by the fans here in CSW. The once world champion was dethroned by Moonshine Mantell in a shocking turn of events at the close of last time's show. I wonder who his opponent is here tonight.
Soaking wet, he is Sweetwater's finest,
and there he is making his CSW debut. I've heard a lot about this guy. This is Mo Sweetness, as you heard Ben Simon say, weighing in at 155 pounds, soaking wet. But let me tell you, this guy is all heart and all charisma. Look at it. He's getting the crowd into him already. I love this guy. Got the pit going, got great music going on. I don't know if he's going to be ready for his opponent in the ring. And there's a difference between Dak Draper, the, high-fiving, loving, kissing, shaking hands, kissing babies guy, and this guy who is, let's be frank about it, he's just pissed off. He's got something to prove, and this Mo Sweetness may bear the brunt of the rage of a pissed off Dak Draper. Dak Draper pointing at him and almost saying, who is this guy? Does he really think he can stack up against 265 pounds of pure athletic muscle? One thing Mo Sweetness definitely isn't lacking in his confidence, as he's asking which side of the crowd wants his shirt. The crowd is already 150% behind this guy. Dak almost looking on in disbelief. Another man who has a lot of memories, a lot of wars in this very building is one Dak Draper. Or should I just call him Draper? I'm just going to call him Draper. Draper also sporting a new mustache and a little bit of a new look since the last time we saw him in CSW. Maybe Draper trying to win over some fans here, saying, hey, I'll throw my jacket into the crowd if you guys will just give me a little bit of cheers here. Fans still apparently want Draper's jacket, maybe just to tear it up and throw it back in his face. Just psyched out a poor little girl in the front row he said he was going to give his jacket to. What a jerk move by Dak Draper. Draper's always had a contentious relationship with the fans here in Kansas City. Sometimes loved, sometimes hated, but always respected is the Mile High Magnum Draper. Wait, Mo caught his jacket when he faked out the girl. I don't know if that's such a good idea, Mo. He might be adding a little bit more kindling to the fire that needs to be just kind of left alone. I mean, he does look good in the fringe leather jacket. He's got some good moves, too. Oh, no. Draper picks him up. Look at that with ease. Draper, always a physical specimen. He just tosses Mo into the corner. This is going to be nothing but scientific here, folks. Draper's going to disseminate Mo Sweetness here. Oh, God, knife edge chop. Sends Sweetness down to the canvas with a thud. Thought I saw Mo, jump out of the back of his chest to try to escape that chop. Dak Draper is going to look to take out some of his anger and aggression on poor Mo Sweetness. Another scintillating chop. Gosh. Looks like he's going to bail him almost across the ring. And I mean, he was inches away from flying out of the ring. And Draper knows exactly what he's doing right now. And Mo is trying to hype himself up. He's up to the second rope, surprisingly. But Draper's just going to pick apart poor Mo Sweetness here. Oh, misses the knife edge chop. Look at Mo, who tries for a chop himself. And gets his receipt in spades, does Draper. Here comes another Beal across the ring. And just flinging him like a toy is Dak Draper, and the crowd really letting Draper have it. Draper taunting the fans, saying, "Where's your hero now?" Draper seems especially aggravated. Oh, hard right hand to the side of the head of Mo Sweetness. Whips him off the ropes. Mo puts the brakes on. Now he's ready. He's got in a karate stance and it seemed like he was ready to throw some blows there. Now he's telling Draper, "Come on outside. I'll take you on out here." And he's getting back in his karate stance. Draper looking at him incredulously. Uh-oh, now he's done it. Draper is obliged and is stalking Mo around the side of the ring, and Mo's getting on his bike and getting the heck out of here. He's made his way back into the ring, Draper in tow. Draper slides underneath the bottom rope. Now Mo playing some games with Draper, putting the referee in front of him. There's some spinning dance moves there still, and the referee is saying, "Nope, you're not going to hide behind me." Now he's back in the karate stance. Draper goes again, and Mo rolls to the outside. This is frustrating for Draper. Now Draper's angry. He's chasing Mo around the ringside area. Mo, obviously the quicker of the two because he's much smaller. Draper outweighs him by 100+ pounds. And Mo, look at that, running knee strike as Draper gets back into the ring. Caught Draper off guard. Running European uppercut. Draper looks a little dazed here. Mo hits the ring again and gets his head kicked off by those size 15 boots of Draper. And Draper just soaking in the boos of the fans here in the Dallas Shriners as he almost kicks Mo's head in the second row. Now he's just going to hook him up for the mile-high doctor bomb and be done with this. No, Mo escapes out the back door, and Draper follows him into the corner with a hard knife-edge chop. Whips Mo into the corner. Mo picks himself up. Draper runs headfirst into the second turnbuckle. Mo again trying to sucker Draper into the corner and misses. Kicks Draper's legs out from underneath him. Mo using his quickness to his advantage. Draper on his back. Mo needs to just get on Draper. Spinning corkscrew plancha over the second rope. No. Draper bench presses Mo off of him. Draper does not look happy. He does not like being made a fool of, and especially in his secondary backyard of Kansas City. Mo going for a cross body block, and Draper just catches him out of midair. Oh. Draper easily press slamming him and drops him over his back. Mo's face is crashing into the canvas. Picks him up. Draper spinning him around, mile high doctor bomb. It's over. 2 and 3. Mo grabbed the crowd's heart and got the crowd behind him for a second, but it wasn't enough for a pissed off, angry Draper as he almost drove Mo straight through the mat with that mile high doctor bomb. Draper picks up a victory here at CSW Legacy. Look at the look of disdain. Oh, now he wants the microphone. Draper's got some words here for the faithful.
Since then. Someone who I thought was my best friend, Moonshine Mantell, stabbed me in the back. He betrayed me. He betrayed a decade of friendship over a material possession like a title. Shame on him. And if it doesn't get worse, oh it does. Because in October, you see this scar, I was stabbed. And as I laid there downtown, in a pool of my own blood, the only thing that kept me from bleeding out was the hate in my heart. Because I hate Kansas City. I hate Moonshine Mantell. But most of all, I hate all of you. Kansas City. Shame on Moonshine Mantell. And above all, until the end of time, shame on you.
Dak Draper, or Draper, has made his feelings abundantly clear here at Legacy.
Our next contest is a singles bout, set for one fall.
Well, we know this music very well here in CSW. A man looking to carve his own legacy. Simon say that is Black Diamond Luke Langley. He's a veteran of the squared circle here, a highly touted competitor who has definitely had an attitude adjustment, if you will, within the last few years and is basically dubbed himself a killer, if you will, in that ring. And it's hard to dispute with the win-loss record this guy has, not only here in CSW, but all across professional wrestling. Luke Langley is a certified hitman. But here to carve his own legacy in the annals of CSW is an up-and-coming superstar, if you will. That's right, handsome Scott Hansen really has endeared himself to the fans, not just here in CSW, but all across professional wrestling. Wherever this guy goes, gold sometimes follows him. This guy has been a belt collector, if you will, for the last couple years, and he hasn't been in wrestling very long, but is taken to it like a fish does to water. And he is a super talented pro wrestler. Tonight, he is, like I said, aiming to make his legacy known. If he can pick up a victory over Luke Langley, this should be a fantastic one-on-one pro wrestling match. The bell has sounded and we are underway here. A lot of in-ring debuts here in Legacy, as a lot of young and up-and-coming superstars are trying to make their mark and, like I said, trying to create their own legacy here. Scott Hansen has been on a few CSW shows, but not in a high-profile match like this against someone like Luke Langley. Top wrist lock by Luke Langley after escaping the headlock of Hansen. Hansen flips over, showing great agility, back heel trip. Only gets a 1 count, tries to heel trip. Langley jumps over him, locks on the side headlock. Whips Langley into the corner, Langley up and over, nobody home. Hansen puts on the brakes. Beautiful arm drag takedown. Langley makes his way back up to his feet and drives Scott Hansen's face into the second turnbuckle. Langley has a lot of different moves that work over the neck, the head, the shoulders, the trapezius muscles, all setting up for that beautiful brainbuster that he uses to put away most of his opponents. But Langley can put you away with anything. Holds onto the top rope, Hansen rolls through. Leapfrog by Hansen, down he goes. Langley puts the brakes on, and Hansen with a beautiful drop kick right to the face of Luke Langley. Showing great agility. Right before that, he did a backflip. Keep your eyes on Hansen as Hansen goes through the second and third ropes. Hansen showing his great agility here tonight. Shoulder butt to the midsection of Luke Langley. Up and over he goes. Sunset flip attempt. Has the shoulders down too. Langley rolls out. Langley picks him up. Fireman's carry, drops him, throw first with a hot shot. Langley off the ropes, hard. Clothesline turns Hansen inside out. Reminiscent of a very famous Hansen. Stand the lariat Hansen. Langley with just an insulting but hard kick to the lower back of Hansen. Langley stomping away right on the side of the face. This is what makes Langley a killer. When he smells blood in the water, it's hard to get him off his opponent. Hard right hand. Langley spends a lot of time in the gym, as you can see. Great physique on this guy. Look at that, dragging Hansen's face over the top rope. Adding insult to injury, throws him off the far side. Hits him with a hard reverse elbow. Hansen goes down with a thud. Every move, Langley makes sure that it counts. He's just pinpointing all of his moves, just precision. And I think that's why they call him Black Diamond. Knee between the shoulder blades, running Yakuza kick right to the side of the face. Hooks the far leg too. Hansen gets out. That's not going to be enough to put away Scott Hansen. It's hard not to watch these two competitors and think that maybe somewhere down the line these guys might be championship bound. Hansen, an up-and-coming star, and Luke Langley is just laser focused on picking up wins. Roll up by Hansen, only gets a 2 count. Kick to the midsection. Langley cranks him up. Oh, drops him neck first over that knee. 1, 2. Again, Langley's focus really on the neck, head and shoulders. One Scott Hansen. Look at Langley. Look at that. He always has that grimace on his face, that sly Cheshire cat-like smile. Like literally a cat playing with his prey. He's telling Scott to stay down hard, forearm shiver. Hansen moves out of the way of that chop and then just throwing with all of his might, double overhand chops. Just putting everything he has into those double overhand chops. Looks like he's trying to whip Langley in the corner. Langley reversals. Boot up by Hansen right to the face of Langley. Mounts the second rope. What is he going for here? Looks for a cross body. Langley catches him out of midair. Picks him up. Shows that incredible strength into a Death Valley driver over the knee. Going for the cover. 1, 2. No. Hansen kicks out. Once again, Langley targeting the neck and head region. Firing hard right hands to the top of the head of Hansen. Going for a cover hard forearm across the face. Only gets a 1 count that time. Seems to frustrate Langley. Knee right between the shoulder blades. Langley trying to zap the energy, zap the life out of Hansen, and by proxy this crowd. You'd be amazed about the amount of adrenaline and energy a person can get when the crowd is cheering him on. Hansen making his way back up to his feet, using that energy I was just talking about. Blocks the right hand. Nice left hand by Hansen. Blocks another right. Blocks another one. Hansen's not out of this fight yet. Another kick to the midsection. Puts an end to that momentum. Hansen whipped in, up to the top rope, reverse elbow from the top. Caught Langley by surprise, caught me by surprise. Once again, Hansen showing that great agility. That kind of surprise offense may pay dividends against someone like Luke Langley to throw him off his game. Look at Hansen rolls up to his feet. Now he's got a nice fire underneath him. Beautiful clotheslines, taking Langley down. Hansen really feeling it here. Body splash into the corner, stinger splash, if you will. Going for another one, and Langley gets the boot up right to the face of Hansen, showing that veteran ring awareness. Exploder suplex, nicely done by Hansen. Again, out of nowhere. Nice moonsault, standing moonsault press, hooks the leg, 1, 2. Oh, Langley kicks out. Hansen may be looking for a butterfly suplex, but Langley fought his way out of it. Hansen with another hard left hand. Langley rolls out. Hansen crashes into the corner. Oh, man. Langley just bounces his head off that bottom turnbuckle and falls it in and kicks Hansen's hair off the top of his head. Running drop kick into the corner, just annihilating Scott Hansen. We've seen this before. He's going to step on the foot and hook him up with that Saito suplex right on the back of his head. This might be it. 1, 2. No! Hansen kicks out, showing remarkable courage and fighting spirit, if you will. Langley saying it's time to end this. He's going to spike Scott Hansen's head into the mat with a brainbuster, and Hansen knees him into the top of the head. Blocks the Yakuza kick. Hansen making his way back up to his feet. This kid's got to fight. Look at that left hand a la Dusty Rhodes. Another left hand. Exchanging left and rights are Hansen and Langley in the middle of the ring. This kid's got a lot of heart. Look at him go. Trying to swing for the fences. Langley blocks it, back elbow. Hansen, beautiful step up enziguri. As Langley looked to put the finishing touches on this, Hansen picks him up. Butterfly powerbomb 2. No! Whoa! That was 2 7/8. Langley almost got put to bed by that butterfly powerbomb. What has Hansen got left in his reserves? Maybe this move will do it and secure him a victory here at CSW Legacy. Oh, rising palm strike. Stops whatever momentum Scott Hansen had on that top rope. Now Langley making his way up to the top rope. As Hansen is just out of it. Maybe looking for a superplex, but Hansen fighting him off. Headbutt sends Langley crashing to the canvas. Hansen up to the top rope, maybe looking for his coup de grace. It looked like a 450, but he rolled out of the way, and oh, Langley kicked him right in the face. Super kick. Going for the powerbomb, and Hansen rolls through again. Backslide, 1, 2, no! Langley rolls through Mahistra Cradle, but Hansen collapsed on 2, 3. He got him! He got him! Hansen picks up a victory, and as shocked as I am, so is Luke Langley. Look at the look on Langley's face. Mahistra Cradle, he thought it was over. Hansen just shifts his weight on top of Luke Langley's shoulders and picks up the 1, 2, 3. What an upset here for Scott Hansen. Man, oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome your Central States Wrestling play-by-play commentator, Ben Miller.
Now, I was asked specifically by our honored guest of the evening, Michael Strider, to do this for him, in honor of him, and I'm going to tell a quick story. 9 years ago, I came to Kansas City on a wing and a prayer, and found myself in a really good position in my life. I got a job as a commentator for the NWL. I got to live every single dream I've ever wanted to live because of this great sport. And one of the first people that I met when I first got the job was Michael Strider. And I remember, well, actually, he was the second person, but I met a guy before him, and then Michael Strider comes in, and he carries himself, he has a presence when you're around him. And I remember he came up to me, and he shook my hand, he said, "Welcome to the business, kid." And I was like, "I'm not a kid, first of all," but that's what he called me. And when he shook my hand, I was like, "Damn, that's a man. That's a man's man right there." And I've had the privilege of calling some of Strider's best matches, from the street fight right here in the Dallas Shriners Temple. I mean, if you guys were there, that was amazing, right? Matches all across the board, him with Ace, him against Ace, right here in Central States Wrestling. There's nobody to me that has worked harder in the 28 years he's been in this business than Michael Strider. He breathes, sleeps, bleeds for this business. There is nobody that I can think I would rather honor more tonight than the one, the only, Michael Strider. Get on your feet, please. So we had this commemorative belt made for you in honor of your 28-year-long career here in Central States Wrestling all across the Midwest. You fought the best, you beat the best, you are the best. But before you make your speech, Mike, I want you to hold that. And I want you to take a look at the screen. Michael Strider, this is your wrestling life.
Michael Strider, perhaps pound for pound, the best technical wrestler in CSW.
He is a legend of the Central States. This is Michael Strider.
Coming to you live from the offices of the Foundation of Professional Wrestling in beautiful Orlando, Florida, the Sunshine State. Here to talk about celebration, a celebration of a career of a man that means so much to me and so much to the Foundation teammates of Jeremy Wyatt and Lucy Mendez. You, Michael Strider, you mean a lot, not just to us, but to the fans of the Central States area. Back to the Lawrence, Kansas days, up into the NWL days, into the Central States era in Kansas City of modern times. It's been great teaming with you. I've been a tag team champion with you, had wars with you. We've been to battle and we've survived. It's a great thing to celebrate you. I'm thankful for you, and I know the rest of the wrestling world is as well. You're a credit to our industry. Thanks.
One of my favorite memories of the NWL was a street fight I had with you, Michael Strider. We know going into this business we're going to beat the hell out of one another, and that night we certainly did that all over the Scottish Rite. I can honestly remember picking thumbtacks out of my back after the match, feeling bruised, beat up, and I could not have had a better time. And I'm so happy I got to have it with a legend like you. Because without you, Central States wouldn't be what it is today. There wouldn't be no Journey Pro. There wouldn't be any NWL. There wouldn't be any Metro Pro. So tonight, we tip our hat to you, take a drink, do whatever you need to do, but Michael Strider, we appreciate you. Your legend will live on forever.
When I think of the name Michael Strider, I think of in-your-face, smash-mouth wrestling. Everything that's right about what I love. And I just wanted to give a good shout-out and a big thank you, Michael. Thank you for showing me things that I never knew. And thank you for having one of my favorite matches against Samoa Joe. I was there that night, and I was like, man, that's it. This is the one. And you guys went out there and beat the absolute shit out of each other. And I couldn't have been happier. So this is a big shout out to you, buddy.
My introduction to Michael Strider started when I signed with the National Wrestling League in 2017. I signed with the NWL. I moved from Denver to Kansas City. I'm excited about this new possibility, and I go out in Kansas City for the first time. And there was a small incident involving a few bartenders, a rooftop balcony, and a company-owned recreational vehicle, the NWL RV. Well, I got called to the office, and I wasn't exactly sure if I was going to be leaving with my job. And I walked into the office, and I could hear Strider's voice through a wall tell the owner, Major, you're going to get mad at him at that. You might as well be getting mad at the sky for being blue. Because that's what boys do, and boys will be boys. Hell, Major, if anything, that's probably going to sell us 20 more tickets. I left with my job that day and had a great career in NWL. Thanks to Michael Strider. And I loved whenever Strider was in any kind of decision-making position, because he always valued, if you get carried away, you better keep running with it. He would say, yeah, you should probably be out there for 20 minutes, but if you get cooking, might as well stay out there and cook. Those are actually words that I've lived my life by. So Michael Strider, thank you for everything. Thank you for all the years. I'm excited for many more years with you as a friend. And Strider, let's stay cooking, because if we get cooking, we might as well cook.
When I first came to Kansas City, it was all new to me. I didn't know a lot of people coming into the company with NWL, but one of the people who kind of, made me feel welcome, at least, unknowingly or knowingly, he made me feel welcome was Michael Strider. Since then, I've made Kansas City my home, and I've set my roots down here, and Michael Strider's been a part of that every step of the way. And he's been a good friend, a mentor, and I couldn't be happier to have him in my life. And, I say this with all the pride in the world. I am very much a Michael Strider guy.
There's a very rare club of people who can say they laid a foundation that helped build an entire scene. Michael Strider, you are in that rare club. The first time I came to CSW was as a fan in 2005, and I just fell in love with Michael Strider as a performer. His intensity, the way he worked in the ring, I loved it. Many years later, I would use Michael Strider in St. Louis. He would do a seminar, and he knocked out one of the participants because he was that intense in the ring. Many years after that, Strider would become a co-worker of mine and a friend. Strider, you should be very proud of everything you helped build. I hope the fans that are there tonight listening to this understand just how much of a rare talent Michael Strider is. Strider, I appreciate you, and I hope to see you down the road.
And I realized right then and there that I was not dead. And pro wrestling in Kansas City was not dead either. And I swear to my Father in heaven, I will do everything in my power. We will keep wrestling alive in Kansas City, and we will sink and we will swim. But by God, we will sink or swim together.
Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet one more time for the legendary career of Michael, by God, Strider.
Well, after that, there's not much for me to say, so good night. 28 years have I been a professional wrestler. And after 28 years of any profession, there's some people that get bitter, that, you know, they're waking up in the morning and they're beat up and maybe things don't work the way they should and maybe they regret not making it bigger than they could have. Could I have been more successful at professional wrestling? Sure. I mean, who couldn't, right? Who couldn't be more professional? But if professional wrestling has taught me anything in my 28 years, when I was in this ring, I learned a lot about myself and who I was as a man and who I was as a human being. And when I was on the car rides, 8 hours to every little town with some of my best friends in the world, you learn a lot about life and who you want to become and what you want to do. And in every time, like when times were tough for Michael Strider personally, I could get in this ring and I felt alive and all that went away and I got to come out here and see you people and I got to come out here and perform in front of each and every one of you, and to me that's what makes professional wrestling the business that should be cherished and welcomed to everybody who's in it. Of wrestling some of the greats from Samoa Joe to Adam Pearce, Jeremy Wyatt. I've been in the ring with Ace Steel, Tracy Smothers. I've got to sit with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I've got to sit with Dory Funk Jr. I got to sit with my mentor Hansen Harley Race. And I got to learn and I got to live and I got to breathe it. And then when professional wrestling became great, and boy, once I met her, professional wrestling got real great. She had to put up with me for the last 19 years, my lovely wife Lily and my son over there, along with my mother, who had to cry herself to death because I would just go out, get the shit kicked out of me, and be real proud about it. And she had to be the supportive mom, even though she didn't like it one bit. I've had the privilege of being around great promoters in my life. And I want to acknowledge one person who's here. He's going to hate me for it. But this man spent a ton of his hard-earned money, was very selfless in what he did. And you've heard his name a couple times here today. But he started a company on his own dimes and his own fortune and gave a lot of professional wrestlers like me, who've been doing it a long time, their first chance to make professional wrestling a full-time job. And he gave a bunch of young up-and-comers the opportunity to have professional wrestling be their full-time job. His name's Major Basted. Major's standing right there. Stand up, Major. That man has done more for this business in Kansas City than every so-called promoter. I owe you more than I can tell you, my friend. I owe you more than I can tell you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I'm not going to ramble all night, even though I could. But this is my final thing I'm going to say. All my connection with the wrestlers, the road trips, my wife and everything, my connection is with you. My connection is with you. My connection is with each and every single one of you, because when I came out to this ring and I gave everything I had, you guys came with me. And you were there for me when I won, when I lost, when I didn't put on a good performance, when I put on a great performance. My connection is with you fans. And I just want to say from the very bottom of my heart to anybody who ever gave a shit about Michael Strider, thank you, because I gave a shit about you too.
We didn't get a chance to say something on video, and we wanted to do it in person because Michael Strider means so much to us
and the Midwest wrestling, not just Kansas, but the Midwest as a whole. And I remember, like yesterday, man, I was at Hard Cam when it was you and Dingo in Lawrence, Kansas in the cage match. I watched Samoa Joe's eyes as you lit him up the first time. That was the first time I ever saw Samoa Joe actually have fear in his eyes. and honestly, like, after the Dingo stuff, 10 years later, Fidget and I, we got to have one of the best damn street fights with you that this town has ever seen. So thank you, because the Midwest would not be the same without Michael Strider.
I got goosebumps right now, and like my nerves are just out of control right now because, like, dude, seriously, you just, like, I can't find the words sometimes. Like, you were an inspiration to us, and like having that tag match, that street fight in here, like it meant so much to us, and I know that match was just like, I hold it so close to my heart because it was so much fun, and you just like, dude, you're just like, you're the legend, man. Like, like standing here and just being able to be in your presence and everything is just like, it means something to us, you know what I mean? And we just wanted to come out here and just, tell you how much we fucking feel about you, dude, like for real. And dude, get that belt. Come on.
I cannot believe what I was in the ring just witnessing. Michael Strider's, I don't know, his celebration was rudely interrupted by the besties in the world. And look who's making their way to the ring here. Sure.
Presented tonight by Concord Metal Fabrication. He hails from the darkest desires, weighing 229 pounds. Sexy.
Well, since CSW's hiatus, Sexy Rexy has stayed active in the world of professional wrestling, growing out his beard and getting some new ring attire, especially that, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, a little bit nauseating sequin see-through shirt that he's wearing here tonight. Oh, what is that lotion he's putting all over himself? Good gravy. I think, he just flicked a bunch of it in the crowd. That's disgusting. But Sexy Rexy definitely has a high opinion of himself, and
I'm back with this. Hey, I'm Sexy City. I realize back here, I did not want to deal with a single one of any of the unsexy people here. So, to make sure that I don't have to touch or interact with any of you, I decided to get me some protection from all of you.
who's he talking about? He's saying he's hired somebody to keep them away from his sexiness. Who's he? I think I know this. Oh, I think I know who the theme song was. Look at it, it's Roscoe Leach. I thought he choked on a sandwich and died, but apparently he's back from the dead and ready to restart the Leach talent agency, and maybe Sexy Rexy is his first client. Roscoe, I trust Roscoe's eye for talent, so maybe he's going to bring something to the table for old Sexy Rexy here. Definitely an odd couple if there ever was one in pro wrestling.
First thing I gotta do is extend my deepest sympathy to Rex here for bringing me back to life after I choked on that ham sandwich. So I'm feeling a whole lot better, and I want you to know that, it's just time to get let's just get done with this foreplay. The intercourse of brains and sexiness here at the CSW. So, you all get ready for it. Sexy Rexy is about to show you what for. Booyah!
Just a little bit of a nauseating play on words by Roscoe Leach as he undresses Sexy Rexy. I don't know if I like this union here. His CSW debut to a bunch of fanfare. The crowd really getting behind this guy. Maybe because they don't like Sexy Rexy is the Uncut Gem, Austin Lee. Man, what an ovation for this. So many debuts tonight. And like he said when he was coming out, he said he's here to carve out his own legacy. And that's exactly what these young up-and-coming stars need to do here tonight at the re-debut, if you will, of CSW. But Austin's got to be careful of Sexy Rexy's now secret weapon on the outside, which is Roscoe Leach. Roscoe not afraid to get involved in the action, as we've seen before in the past. Rexy rubbing his chest hair again and flicking whatever that was that he rubbed all over himself off. Got quite the hairdo and the mustache and the tattoos. And Austin Lee makes his appeal to the crowd to much fanfare. The bell is sounded and we are underway in this next contest here at CSW's Legacy. And after what we witnessed just a couple minutes ago that I was actually in the ring for, the besties in the world basically turning a celebration into a nightmare as they jumped Michael Strider. And the most unlikely person to save Michael Strider, although they've been tag team partners before, but bitter rivals more so, was Jeremy Wyatt coming to the rescue of Michael Strider. Back to the action here in the ring. Sexy Rexy with a advantage in this match. Austin Lee with a nice headlock. Sexy Rexy with a headlock of his own. Austin throws Sexy Rexy off the ropes, and Rexy just clobbers him with a shoulder block. Austin Lee goes down with a thud. Gets tripped up by Austin. Austin hits the ropes. Nice shoulder block of his own. Sends Sexy Rexy down to the mat. Leapfrog by Rexy. Goes for the hip toss. Austin Lee puts the brakes on that and clotheslines Rexy down to the mat with authority. Oh, now it looks like he's got a hold of either the nipples or the chest here, or a combination of both, and was looking to beel him out of the corner. Just sends Rexy back into the corner, picks him up in a belly to back and drops him over to the top rope. Beautiful suplex by Austin Lee, the Uncut Gem, showing why he's a top prospect here in CSW. Austin firing down shots now with a prone Rex in the corner. Five big shots to the top of the head. Austin hits the ropes. Clotheslines Rexy again with authority. Austin hits the ropes once again, and that's what I was talking about. He's got to be careful. Roscoe grabbing the foot of Austin Lee, allowing Rexy to capitalize. Rexy's hair, he was getting so beat up, his hair fell out of those weird ponytails. Beautiful Russian leg sweep by Sexy. I'm just going to stick to calling him Rexy. I felt weird calling him Sexy. Sleazy, I think, would classify him a little bit better, but he obviously thinks very highly of himself. Now choking Austin over that second rope. I will say this for Rexy, he has picked up a lot of tricks of the trade, if you will, in the last couple years since CSW had their last show. Oh, kicks Austin right in the lower abdomen, and I think that's being generous. Now going for a cover, 1, 2. That's not going to do it for Austin Lee. Rexy stays on the offensive. Austin trying to fight him away from his knees. A couple good right hands to the side of the face, or the Fu Manchu, if you will. Hard forearm strike to the shoulder blades, and Rexy with a beautiful knee drop, or actually dropping Austin's face onto his knee. Hard elbow dropped in the midsection. Nicely done by Rexy. Rex putting a couple boots to the midsection of Austin, now cranking back on that rear chin lock. Really wrenching down, trying to zap some of that energy from Austin Lee. Crowd really behind Austin here tonight. Chin breaker by Austin to break free of that chin lock. Rolls him up, schoolboy. 1, 2. Rexy kicks out. Austin blocks the left, 2 in a row, and fires back with 2 right hands. Nice uppercut by Austin Lee. Rexy reversal on the Irish whip. Picks him up. Spine buster. Nicely done. Going for a cover. Hooks the leg. 2. No. Austin kicks out. The Uncut gem continues to shine through here. Now Rexy getting a little frustrated, biting at the head after 2 hard right hands to the top of the head. Stomp to the midsection. Another stomp. Oh, Rexy going to no man's land here. I've never seen him do a top rope move. Could he be going to the top rope, or is he going to stay on the second rope here? He might be taking a little too much time talking to the crowd. Tries for a moonsault, and nobody's home. Austin picks him up, and Rex's face drops over that top rope. Clothesline. Another clothesline by Austin Lee. Picks him up, a reverse atomic drop. Beautiful power slam by Austin. Rexy rolling to the corner, trying to escape this onslaught here. I don't think he expected this from Austin Lee. Double underhook. Rex gets out of it, fires to the midsection. Cranking, looks like going for that neck breaker. Austin gets out of it, picks him up in a fireman's carry, drops him and strikes him with a forearm. Olympic slam variation into Uranagi. 1, 2, no, Rexy kicks out. Nice innovative offense by Austin Lee, but Sexy Rexy stays alive in this contest. Boot to the midsection by Austin. Got the double underhook going on. And yeah, there's the secret weapon again. Roscoe Leach up to his old tactics. And Rexy went low to the midsection and just caught him with a boot to the face. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Sexy Rexy picks up a victory here against Austin Lee after quite honestly, a low blow and a boot to the face. And already the Roscoe Leach Talent Agency is off to a banging start. So Roscoe and his new client go to the pay window here tonight at CSW's Legacy. Contest here at CSW's Legacy. I gotta be honest with you, this girl creeps me out a little bit, and I don't get creeped out easily.
Coming to the ring first, accompanied by Source, from the web of darkness, Blair, Onyx!
She says she's accompanied to the ring by the Source, and there's nobody out here with her. So I don't know what to make of this. Like I said, she just creeps me out. Quite the competitor. I've seen Blair Onyx many a times over my years in professional wrestling, and she is an accomplished pro wrestler, but I don't know she's talking to somebody. But let's see how she can fare against her opponent here tonight. The much accomplished, up-and-coming star here in CSW and all over wrestling, Izzy B. Ultimate Diva is here to hopefully not get caught in the web of one Blair Onyx, and she claims that she is the Ultimate Diva in professional wrestling, and we'll see if she's calling everybody a loser here. I think she's mainly pointing at our camera guy Josh here. Just kidding, Josh. Is consulting with her source, if you will. I don't know what that... I'd like to see what the source looks like. Nick Chin, your referee for this contest. My first mention of Nick Chin throughout the whole show, thank God. Real scumbag, Nick Chin. Just kidding, Chin. The source and the crowd are now solidly on the side of Blair Onyx against Izzy B, and Izzy wants nothing to do with the collar and elbow tie-up that Blair Onyx was offering her. And Blair's doing the chicken dance. Blair's asking Izzy to follow her source, and I don't think Izzy knows what's going on either. Nick Chin looks a little creeped out too. And Izzy just pie faces Blair Onyx, and if one thing I know about Blair is you do not want to disrespect her. She's got a mean streak a mile long and rolls her up with a schoolboy and gets a 2 count. Boot to the midsection by Izzy B. Top wrist lock by Izzy. Izzy keeping control of the arm of Blair Onyx. Onyx using that incredible flexibility. Reverses into a side headlock takeover. Nicely done by Blair. Into a head scissors by Izzy B, using those long legs to her advantage. Blair Onyx spiders or crawls out of that hold. Now imploring Izzy to get with the source. Sweep of the legs by Blair. Blair throws her off. Doesn't even get a 1 count. Back bend again, using that flexibility. Is Blair Onyx. Beautiful Russian leg sweep. It's a 2 count for her efforts. Going for that Gotch-style pile driver, maybe. No, Izzy fights out of it. Pushes Blair into the corner. Blair might be a little bit distracted by this whole source concept, and Izzy's taking advantage of that and stomping away Blair in the corner. Now Blair choking her over that bottom turnbuckle. Now Izzy picking Blair up by the hair. Izzy trying to fight her way out of it with some hard strikes to the midsection. Almost a spiral tap neck breaker by Izzy. Izzy hooks the leg, gets a 2 count. Crowd chanting, "Let's go, Blair." Maybe the crowd's starting to get piped into the source too, and they're really getting behind Blair Onyx here. Sometimes people are attracted to the misfits and the outcasts of society, and Blair definitely fits that description. Izzy mocking all the young folks in the crowd that were chanting, "Let's go, Blair." Izzy hits the ropes. Blair comes out of the corner and gets caught with a sling blade. Izzy going for a cover again. 1, 2. Only gets a 2 count. Izzy throws Blair to the outside. I think Izzy might be just talking to the fans a little bit too much, giving Blair too much time to recover. Blair goozling her, drops her, gets her neck dropped over the top rope. Izzy follows up with some knee strikes. Blair in a prone position gets kicked in the side of the head and stumbles back into the ring. Once again, Izzy going for the leg hook, only gets a 2 count. Izzy using her reach advantage with her arms and her legs to her advantage. Stomping Blair down into the corner. Double knee strike into the corner. Now Blair still down in the corner. Oh, that's insulting. Izzy rubbing her posterior into the face of Blair Onyx. Blair making her way back up to her feet. Again, I think Izzy taking too much time, not staying on top of Blair. Blair puts a boot to the face of Izzy, fighting her way out of this corner. Blair jumps over Izzy, hits the ropes, clothesline. Nicely done. Back elbow sends Izzy back to the mat. Blair with a fireman's carry to Izzy. The Ultimate Diva trying to fight her way out of it. Hits her again, and Blair with the back bend and sits up. Or stands up, if you will. Blocks the kick by Izzy. Boot to the midsection by Blair. Going for that gotch-style pile driver. She has her up, drops her right on her face and head. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. The Source with Blair Onyx is victorious here at CSW's Legacy. Congratulations to both of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, in our next bout, the Central Stage crown is on the line. It is our final match of the evening, and it's all presented by Vicious Sweethearts Tattoo. This is what we came to see. This is your Central Stage Wrestling Legacy.
It is time for our main event here at CSW Legacy, and it's going to be a good one. Commissar himself, the Warhorse, Jake Parnell. Over the last few years, you want to talk about an attitude change. This guy is a polarizing figure, if you will, in the world of professional wrestling, and has amassed quite a following for himself. And his following is a little bit suspect, I think that's being polite. The once fun, party-loving Warhorse is no longer, and in his place is this magnetic, megalomaniac figure here in Jake Parnell. But one person that can definitely put a beating on anybody, no matter how creepy or strange the person may be, is this guy, our CSW World Champion, flanked by Greg Jovi. Moonshine Mantell is here, and he is ready for a war. Moonshine Mantell has promised he is going to be the type of champion that takes on all comers here in CSW. And what's great about Moonshine is he's loyal to the fans, he's loyal to, you know, everybody, but most of all, he's loyal to competition, and he's loyal to being a fighting champion here in CSW. And let the record show, I still don't like Greg Jovi.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Your main event of the evening, set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. It is for the Central States Wrestling Championship. Your referee is Candace Harding. Introducing first, the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 206 pounds.
Referee holds the title over her head, showing everybody what this match is all about. Our main event for CSW Legacy, as the Warhorse Jake Parnell takes on Moonshine Mantell for the richest prize in our industry. The bell has sounded and we are underway, and keep in mind, we haven't seen Warhorse in quite a few shows here in CSW since we did take an extended break. But that just shows what a fighting champion Moonshine Mantell is, willing to put his belt on the line against anybody. And Jake Parnell is definitely championship caliber, championship worthy contender, no matter what card he's on. And he himself has defeated some of the best in the pro wrestling industry. Moonshine Mantell proving himself to be a great representative, a great champion of this company. Even if it hasn't been in the ring, he's been a great brand ambassador during our time off. He spent a lot of time with the Dream Factory and just keeping our name out there and keeping the championship alive, even if it hasn't been contested for in quite a long time. Moonshine proving that he is the face of this company. A lot of showboating by the Warhorse Jake Parnell right now. There's our first collar and elbow tie-up. Moonshine is going to have the power advantage. Backs Parnell back into the corner. Referee asking for a clean break, and Parnell bails out before he gets one of those knife-edge chops that Moonshine's known for. I said earlier that I still don't like Greg Jovi, but let me be perfectly clear. Greg Jovi is an effective manager, maybe one of the best managers in professional wrestling. And he's been a constant companion and friend to Moonshine, so maybe even a zebra can change his stripes. But I'd be very skeptical if I was Moonshine Mantell. Moonshine with the waist lock on Jake Parnell. Parnell's going to use his craftiness, his ring vision, if you will, to try to outsmart Moonshine Mantell. Moonshine picks him up using that raw power and flings Jake Parnell to the mat. Parnell likes to be mentally dominant in all of his encounters. He believes that gives him a decisive advantage over any competitor that he's in the ring with. And Jake Parnell is not afraid to take the low road to pick up a victory. So Moonshine Mantell and Greg Jovi need to be aware of that hard knife edge chop as you see that sweat fly off of Jake Parnell. It's got to be 80, 90 degrees in this building. Bounces Jake Parnell's head off that top turnbuckle. There's that knife edge chop finding home on the chest of one Warhorse, as now Moonshine bounces his head off the second turnbuckle. Parnell's head rebounds almost in the middle of the ring. Parnell with a kick to the face of Moonshine and gets a clothesline over the top rope for his efforts. Moonshine with a hard forearm strike to the face of Jake Parnell. Now they're fighting on the outside. I don't know if Moonshine wants to do that. Moonshine, again, is a hard hitter. He can fight anywhere. He's a great fighter. But being on the outside may lend itself to Jake Parnell's sneaky tricks as he misses a knife edge chop and Moonshine counters with one of his own. But I've seen Moonshine brawl with the best of them, including Gary J and a host of other wrestlers. Moonshine having a legendary feud with Gary J in the final days of the NWL. Jake Parnell now putting the boots to Moonshine and standing on his neck in the corner. Parnell tying him up in that security railing, then kicks his arm, could separate that shoulder. And that's the craftiness I was talking about, the ring awareness, the awareness in general of one Jake Parnell. Hard knife edge chop by Parnell. Bounces Moonshine's head off that top turnbuckle as momentum is now firmly on Warhorse's side as you saw that knife edge chop and the sweat just flying off of Moonshine Mantell. Irish whip into the other side, and Jake Parnell with a running start just clubs Moonshine in the chest. Parnell is definitely a prolific striker. Loves to do the double boots off the top rope. Loves to chop and punch and kick and claw and do whatever he can and just slaps Moonshine right across the face. That's not a smart idea. I know he's just trying to get in the head of Moonshine, but that just may piss off a former Raging Bull like Moonshine Mantell. Parnell with a hard shoulder block into the corner. Beautiful Northern Light suplex. Nice bridge, 1-2. No, Moonshine kicks out. Parnell insisting that was a slow count. Parnell having some choice hand gestures for the people in the front row here, as they are really on Warhorse for his tactics, firmly behind the CSW champion Moonshine Mantell. And now Warhorse is just saying that Greg Jovi tripped him, which I wouldn't be surprised at, but I didn't see Jovi's hands go up. I think he's playing it clean right now, and now Parnell capitalizing by choking Moonshine. Jovi insisting he didn't do anything, and now Parnell wants the referee to count again. He only gets a 2 count. Parnell is so smart in that ring. I think that's why, like I said at the beginning, he's using those smarts, the ring awareness, to really gain an advantage over Moonshine Mantell right here. Parnell says he's going to the top rope now, maybe looking to drop the big elbow. He's talking to Ben Simon and the timekeeper. Parnell goes off the top rope. No, Moonshine puts the knees up. Parnell collapses after diving onto the knees of Moonshine Mantell. And both competitors are down. Forth, Moonshine and Parnell are exchanging blows here. Rights and lefts by Moonshine. Big back body drop. Did you see the elevation? He almost threw Parnell into the lights here at the Abdallah Shriners. Showing Moonshine's got a lot left in the tank. Whips Parnell off the ropes, picks him up. Big spine buster. Double A would be proud of that one. Rolls Parnell up, picks him up. Big corkscrew suplex. Could this be it for Parnell? 1, 2. No, Parnell kicks out. Moonshine definitely frustrated. He was unable to put Jake Parnell away with that. Parnell slow to make his way back up to his feet, of course, after an onslaught like that. Oh, Jake Parnell rolls through. It looked like Moonshine was going for a power bomb. Only gets a 2 count. Moonshine picks him up, maybe going for that Alabama slam. Parnell once again rolls through, stacks his weight on Moonshine's shoulders. Only gets a 2 count. Hard chop by Warhorse. Warhorse now gets met with a right hand across the jaw. Parnell chopping away, trying to fight back. Chops and strikes exchanged by both of these guys. Knee strike to the midsection. Parnell, big clothesline. Parnell has put away a lot of opponents with that clothesline. Now skinning the cat to the top rope. Could be looking for that big elbow from the heavens right into the heart of the CSW champion. This could be it. 1, 2, no! Moonshine kicks out. We almost had a new CSW champion. Parnell shutting out the adulation from the crowd for Moonshine as he's trying to make his way back up to his feet. Parnell thought he had him too. Parnell with a waist lock. Moonshine trying to fight his way out of it again. Moonshine breaking that grip, that vice-like grip of Warhorse. Broken free of the grip, grabs him with his own waist lock. Now Parnell back into the corner, and the referee gets smushed in the corner, and she's out. Moonshine trying to awake the referee here. And Parnell with a low blow. We've seen enough low blows here tonight, I can tell you that. And look at Jovi coming in the ring. There you go. Greg Jovi with a low blow of his own to Warhorse. A little tit for tat there. Jovi trying to rally Moonshine back up to his feet. I don't disagree with Greg on that call. Now Greg giving Warhorse the double birds. Moonshine hitting the ropes, going for that big lariat. That's how he pinned Draper for the CSW Championship. Warhorse puts his boots up and clubs him in the back of the head with a clothesline. Now he's going for that big wind-up clothesline, but Moonshine reverses it with a big clothesline of his own. This could be it. We don't have a referee, though. What the hell? The Besties are here, and now they're putting the boots to Moonshine. I smell a rat in the form of Warhorse Jake Parnell. That St. Louis blood runs real thick through all those. Wait, there's a commotion going on in the crowd. Who the hell is that? That's Jeremy Wyatt and Michael Strider are fighting their way through the crowd, and they've jumped a barricade, and they're throwing bombs on the Besties in the world. Evening the score. Look at Strider. He's fired up. He's beating the hell out of Davey Vega. And Wyatt's taking it to Matt Fitchett. And they are just brawling all along the ringside area. It looked like, they're in their street clothes. Wyatt and Strider, Strider was in his street clothes, but Wyatt, they're beating the hell out of the Besties in the world. And even in the odds between Jake Parnell and Moonshine Mantell, they're fighting all the way to the back. Now Parnell's looking to put it in. Oh, Moonshine's back up to his feet, plants him with the Alabama slam. Jovi resuscitating the referee. 2, 3, and that's it. Moonshine Mantell keeps his CSW championship intact. But it could have been a lot worse as the Besties in the world came to ruin the entire show, basically, and steal the championship from Moonshine Mantell. What a victory here for Moonshine Mantell as he retains his CSW championship here at Legacy with the help of a former enemy in Jeremy Wyatt. I don't know what to make of any of this. All I know is that the Besties in the world are trying to ruin our fun and trying to steal their legacy. But not tonight, boys, as Moonshine Mantell is still your CSW champion. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Abdallah Shriners. I'm Ben Miller. For the entire crew, good night and good fight. We'll see you next time.